Last year, I got together with Mr. Sutcliffe and Mrs. Landers, and we decided to come up with a project where the students could put practical math skills in geometry and put them into a project, a quilt project. One of the things that got me to thinking about it and why I suggested it was just the children sometimes get frustrated with learning the basics of geometry, and this is a way to do a hands-on project that would give them another meaning of math. The kids in geometry have liked it because it put it from paper to something real. We have had kids come back and say how that did help them understand the basics of geometry. We have had sewing kids come back trying to find their blocks, because when the geometry students designed the blocks, they chose colors to make their blocks, but when the sewing kids got to choose their blocks, then they selected the fabric. So a geometry student could come in and look for their block on the quilt and might have a hard time finding it because it's not in the color scheme that they had designed it. A lot of kids have also come back and said that they've showed their grandmothers and their moms and maybe aunts their blocks or their designs, and they've learned quilting, or they've started quilting with their family. So that's a fun thing to know, that maybe they wouldn't have ever been involved in that if we wouldn't have done something like this. So family ties is important to the kids, and we were glad that this could create some of that. We wouldn't have been able to do this project at all. The material alone was a little over $400 for the fabric to make the quilts. And then you have the batting that's inside, so that costs more. And then we had the quilting supplies, because even though Miss Landers has some supplies over in her room, she didn't have some of the specific tools that we needed to have to do the designs and the cutting. So yeah, without the grant, this whole project would not have been possible. And we're thankful that GEF offers these grants and these opportunities, because it paid for our supplies, it paid for the materials to make the quilts, and it made the project itself possible. We are ecstatic. We are so thankful for it, because not only did we have fun with it, and not only did we learn things to carry it on into the next year, but our students also benefited, and they also learned some things. And the kids love walking by and seeing the quilt. Of course, the B-Day kids are excited about getting theirs up on the wall, so that'll come up in January. But no, we're all very, very excited about the project and happy that we got the grant to do this. Definite thanks and an appreciation for what they do. They come down and they have the balloons and the envelope, and they congratulate you and everything, and it's just so fun to have the other teachers that are involved. We just kind of made the rounds to the rooms so we could get pictures with everybody, but yes, it's been a tremendous blessing that they do this for us, and the kids, I'm sure, would agree, because they would not have been able to do this project without it. So we are very, very thankful for the work they do.